Alright, so now with the ending of Power of the Primes from Machinima, I figured that now is pretty much a decent time to let you know my thoughts on all of the Machinima Prime Wars Trilogy series. And since GoDaddy's leaving, it's all going to be on YouTube anyway, so you can all rewatch it too. And yes, I actually did rewatch all this shit. I hope you're grateful. Anyway, let's get into it. So starting off with Combiner Wars logically, and the way that we're introduced into this whole thing is interesting. The beginning fight is really quick and has the only combiners that actually do something for 5 whole episodes. Technically, you could count Devastator at the end of episode 5, but it's still not much, just him digging a hole in the ground. Anyway, the animation's a little choppy, and it really doesn't need to be. It's just slowed for dramatics. Frederick in his parody of Combiner Wars sped it up a little bit, and it made it look so much better. So after the beginning fight, after Windblade's friend dies, she comes back and gets greeted by Optimus Prime, who tells her, hey, don't kill those people. And speaking of Optimus Prime, why is he only voiced by John Bailey in this one series? Like in Titans Return and Power of the Primes, he's voiced by Peter Cullen. What? Why didn't John Bailey stick around for the other two? Or why couldn't you get Peter Cullen for the first one? Not to disrespect John Bailey, I love the guy, I've liked him for a long time. I don't know, it's probably not a big deal, I'm just not a fan when one actor replaces another with the same character. I know I did this in Exodus, but I'm still allowed not to like it. So those two go get Megatron and they come back to do other things. When they brought in Victorion, she was kind of cool, but she seemed a little forced. I mean, she's a fan-voted combiner, so you gotta get those fan-voted characters in somewhere. Why do you think they keep bringing Windblade into everything? But with how little Victorion actually has to do in the show, it just shows that the actual combiners have very little screen time. Starscream is evil. Why? They made an entire promo for him that shows that he isn't anymore. In that promo, they showed that he was a pretty decent person now that the war is over, and then all of a sudden, bam, evil. Speaking of Starscream, the Glob Ghost thing is just fucking ridiculous. And again, evil just for the sake of being evil. And all he did was scream. Why? Getting close to rounding things out, Windblade summoning Metroplex's arm was pretty cool, but something about it just seems weird. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Things got wrapped up decently, but how did the combiners come back? Computron and Menasor straight up died. Also, I'm really not a big fan of the ending lines. The Combiner Wars have ended, but the Titans have returned. Come on! Moving on to Titans Return, this one is just a confusing mess to sum things up in the beginning here. They brought in Judd Nelson as Rodimus, which is great. I don't know if he was the voice of Rodimus in the first one, but if he was, that's cool. But he gives up the Matrix to become Hot Rod again, and for some reason he has a mouth plate? It just seems really out of character. But the Enigma of Combination must have saved Starscream, so he possesses Trypticon for some weird reason. They really put a lot of emphasis on Perceptor in this series for some reason, but I guess it's okay. He's voiced by Will Wheaton, so that's pretty cool. Overlord just comes in way out of left field and just kills the Mistress of Flame, and we don't know why until Power of the Primes. He's just so shoehorned in there, and it's the same thing with Rodimus being possessed. We don't know anything about that until the next show. So Metroplex and Trypticon do a cool fight, the combiners do a thing at Fort Max, and the whole thing is just kind of convoluted and weird. The combiners managed to do what Starscream tried to do in Combiner Wars, though, which is cool. Victorion can do whatever she wants, I guess. And in the end, the day is saved, all until Mark Hamill as Megatronus comes up and fucking kills Optimus. Mark Hamill as the Fallen? They don't even fully explain why he shows up. Again, it's just set up for the next show. I love Mark Hamill so much, and his Megatronus voice rocks. But I feel like that he could have done better use of his time than these shows. But yeah, like I said, Titans Return is just a confusing mess, and it's definitely my least favorite of the three. Alright, moving on to Power of the Primes now. Just starting off with this one, we have Dinobots and Predaking. Don't know where they come from, but fuck it, here we have Grimlock on the team now. They have to find the Requiem Blaster before Megatronus can, and the guardian of the Requiem Blaster is surprise, it's Optimus Primal, because why not? And he's voiced by Ron Perlman, again, because why not? I really think that it would have benefited more from Gary Chalk, but Ron Perlman's good. I liked him as Hellboy. Overlord comes back for a few episodes, and then dies in episode 6. Cool. He didn't do much. The whole reason Megatron even needs the Requiem Blaster as well as the Matrix and the Enigma of Combination is so that way he can revive Solus Prime, because he accidentally killed her all those years ago. Here's a question though. Why won't any of these people making the movies and shows anymore call them Cybertronians? That is their race, not Transformers. Transformers is an oversimplification of what they are. That's not their race. Why won't anyone call them Cybertronians besides fans? It's just baffling, and I don't know why it's happening. Sorry, a little rant there for a second. Let's continue. Where does this show up in the Transformers lore? Is it just another universe like a lot of the other continuities, or does it take place in G1 after Season 3 or something? Because they talk about Megatron's time as Galvatron, and it's just like, what does this mean? It confuses me, and it's just, I don't know. It's one of those things that I just can't wrap my head around, and I don't think I want to take the time to. In the end, they stop Megatronus, they unpossess Rodimus, and Ron Perlman has to kill Megatron. And yes, Optimus Primal does because Optimal Optimus, because of course he does. But once everything is restored back to normal, Optimus Prime comes back for some fucking reason. I'll admit though, it was pretty cool to see Optimus Prime and Optimal Optimus in the same place at the same time. So there's that. But just as the series is going to end, just as everything is sort of wrapped up in a bow, Starscream's ghost comes back again. Why does he have to show up at the end? I get that there's more to the story, there's always more to every story. But the whole Starscream's ghost thing is just unwelcome, in a way. But yes, that is the Prime Wars trilogy from Machinima, and to be honest, I'm not really the biggest fan of them. If you guys are fans of them, that's cool. I mean, I'm definitely a fan of the toy lines. The toy lines are fucking awesome. But these shows that kind of are wrapped around it just aren't great, in my opinion. Again, that's just my opinion. You guys all have your opinions, and if you liked it, just let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, that's another video from me. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been 01 Trans Fan, the #1, and I'll catch you all next time. Take it easy.